If you like drawing as well as adventures, this is going to be the book for you. It's actually been published for a little while now, but I've been itching to share it because it's one of my favourites. Every book is one of my favourites, I can't help it. But this one, I came across this author, Rob Biddulph. He's very famous now, but I first came across him during COVID, and I was teaching online. Many of you children probably don't even remember that experience now, but and Rob Biddulph made so many great art videos at that time, and I used to share them with students when we needed a bit of a break from what we were doing. They were so helpful. So Rob, if you ever watch this little video by little me, massive thank you, because they were so inspiring. And so he's an incredible illustrator, and he illustrates the entire book, and it's full of doodles and gorgeous stories. But he's also obviously a writer. But he makes these, please go and look at them, he makes these step-by-step drawing videos for children. I know there are lots of people doing that, but I love his because they're really simple, relatable images that even I can create, and I am not very good at art. Although reading this book makes me want to be good at art, because, I mean, even, here we go, even, look, it's just little doodles all over the place. I've always wanted to be a doodler, but have never become a doodler, and I really admire people that are. Just wonderful, isn't it? Just to be able to pick up a pen and add something that looks so cool in the corner of a piece of paper. Let me start reading the book anyway, because this is a fabulous magical adventure, and that draws itself. I won't say any more, but it's a bit of a hint. So the prologue, which you know is the kind of little bit that sets the scene. The world, like a brand new page, was white. A vast canvas of sky hung over the snowy landscape, decorated with a few pale brushstroke clouds. Everything was still. Suddenly, movement. A small, dark shape was carving a straight line across the valley. It was an animal of sorts, or at least a sketch of one. A scribble of fur with legs and a tail. A dog, maybe. Whatever it was, it moved with a distinct purpose, to escape whatever was chasing it. Its pointy ears were pressed flat against its head as it sprinted towards a small cluster of trees near a signpost. Every 10 strides or so, it looked back over its shoulder with fearful, inky eyes. Time seemed to slow as the distance between the dog and the trees got smaller. 100 meters, 50 meters, 10 meters. Then it flew into the graphite copse like a bullet. 10 seconds of silence. Then came the sound. You could feel it before you could hear it. A light, fluttering sensation in the pit of your stomach, followed by a soft, deep hum. Gradually it got louder and louder and louder. Within a minute, the whole valley shimmered, as if a billion snowflakes began to vibrate with the thrum. Then the enormous, monstrous, terrifying vehicle appeared on the horizon. It would be a nice place to pause here and draw what you think this enormous, monstrous vehicle looks like on the horizon. And you can just press play when you're ready to carry on. I'm just going to show you that we've got a little creature scampering across the page. That's wonderful. Okay, part 1, and look at this. Love this. Isn't that gorgeous? In which Peanut learns some surprising truths. Okay. Chapter 1, Detention. Hopefully you've never been in detention. Do you know what detention is? And perhaps don't if you've always been very, very well behaved. Detention is when you have to stay behind because you did something not very good at school. Detention. I must not draw pictures of fire-breathing vampire unicorns in my physics exercise book. Peanut Jones had just written that sentence for the 496th time. It had taken nearly 2 hours and left her with a huge lump on the middle finger of her left hand. Apart from her teacher, Mr. Dawkins, she was the last person left in the entire school. She raised her arm. Sir, I've finished. Dawkins looked up from his crossword, crumbs of salt and vinegar chopsticks decorating his black beard. We'll see about that, Pernilla, he sneered. He walked over to her desk and started flicking through the large pile of paper in front of her. You can see how many sheets of paper it takes to write that sentence that many times. Oh, and look at the teacher. Now we can see those crumbs in his beard, can't we? Peanut was so annoyed she could feel her face turning red. She hated it when people called her that. Her birth certificate might say Pernilla Ann Jones, but she'd been Peanut since she was born. Since before she was born, actually. Her dad had often told her, when your mum was a couple of months pregnant, the internet said that you were about the size of a peanut. So that's when you became known as Peanut. It's what everybody at Melody High, her old school, had called her, but that was too much to expect from Death Breath Dawkins. He waved the sheets of paper at her triumphantly. You have filled exactly 31 sides of A4. Given that a maximum of 16 lines can be written on each page, simple arithmetic tells me you have only completed 496 of the 500 you were charged with writing. That is 99.2% of your target. As you know, any pupil lucky enough to attend St Hubert's School for the seriously scientific and terminally mathematic is expected to fulfil every aspect of all tasks that they undertake. 100%. In this instance, it is clear that you are 0.8% short of hitting that target. A smug smile was developing somewhere behind his crisp-littered beard. As punishment for trying to get away with doing less work, not only will you complete the task in full, but you will also write an extra 100 lines. That should give me enough time to finish my crossword, eat this Scotch egg, and get home in time for University Challenge. But, sir... No buts, Jones. Get it done. I don't know what kind of namby-pamby slacking they tolerated at your previous school, but you need to realise that precision is important. Frivolous creativity has no place at St Hubert's. No place at all. Doesn't sound like she's going to enjoy that new school, does it? But thankfully she is off in chapter 2 to meet her friend who is at a different school. Anyway, I will leave it there. This is an adventure where Peanut disappears into a magical world, which I won't reveal anything about, and has a real adventure with her best friend and her magical pencil. If you can hear something in the background, that's my dog. He is snoring. Would you like to see my dog? He's called Bruno. Hold on. And sometimes when I'm doing these videos, he starts snoring. So here is my cute little dog, Bruno, who is making all of the snoring sounds. And look, now he's on video, he's stopped snoring. I'll see you next time.